No, come on. Yo.
Oh, you better not, boy. You better not.
I mean, this is crazy. And I was so shocked. I mean, I guess I can't say I was actually shocked. I was, because again, well, let's talk about it. So this these people, they're called the Fearless Tour, and they were trying to do Charlie Kirk style Q&As on college campuses. Well, this time they went to an HBCU, that is a historically Black colleges and university. That's what that stands for. And I guess the reason why I was shocked at the response that they received was because at college you're supposed to be a little bit more I don't know, dignified. You know, you would expect people would have a little bit more class, but this was not it.
So what part of our systems is for people of color?
All of it. The entire system is for everybody. Anybody who's an American citizen.
So you feel like there's nothing. So you feel like everybody is equal.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's equal in their rights, but not everybody's obviously equal in their, what they have. Like, I grew up in a double wide trailer. He grew up in Boca Raton, so, we didn't grow up equal. We're both white. I mean, he's a Jew, so that's probably why he grew up in Boca Raton. But so we're not equal in what we possess as we start, always. But we are equal in what we're allowed to do, our opportunity.
Can I ask you, do you think that there's any law that allows me to do something that you can't do, for example?
I don't think there's any laws that say that you can do something that I can't. But then again, this system can't be ignored. Like, we can't just say it does not exist, because there are countless examples of it existing.
Maybe just one example of what you're talking about. So what's wrong with the system that allows, I guess, racism to be systemic or institutionalized?
I mean, I would argue the opposite. Like, again, we have civil rights acts on top of civil rights acts, in addition to the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause. 14th Amendment being written for the sole purpose of expanding and equalizing the rights of white people and Black people. And furthermore, the 14th Amendment Equal Protection Clause echoes exactly what, like, the Civil Rights Act says, right? You cannot be discriminated based on your inalienable characteristics, like your race, your sex, your sexuality, etc.
But even though we have these laws, that doesn't stop it from happening. We still know that.
You're right, racism does happen still, even though there are laws that ban it. And I think that those laws are oftentimes used to enforce a culture of anti-racism in the United States. We actually cancel people for being racist all the time. But we have in the system, as far as the system goes, you can't stop people from being racist on an individual level, unfortunately. It happens in every country, on every continent, all around the world, and it has since the beginning of time. But what you can do is make it illegal to institutionalize it by saying, you can't allow you have to allow everybody to eat at your restaurant. You can't not admit people based on their color. You can't prioritize people based on their color, etc. And I would say that I would say getting rid of DEI works towards that objective.
So, y'all had say "Make America Great Again." How do y'all feel that America is not great, and how do y'all feel that America can be great again? And when was it great?
Yeah, I would say that the most recent example of America being great was the first term of Donald Trump. And then we had 4 years of Joe Biden in chaos, and then Trump is president again. So this was his campaign hat for his, lead up to his second term.
Okay, so it started out like that. They did have with that one guy, they had a cordial, so somewhat debate, somewhat conversation. Yeah. And then all chaos broke out.
Don't do that. Come on. Yo.
Oh, you better not, boy. You better not.
Okay. Bring the sign back.
we're gonna do like a little end live pregame or postgame situation here. We have 500 people watching.
We've got 500 right here watching.
Look. Whoa. This is insane. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Hey, you're pretty close. Yeah.
Well, I think the Fearless Tour definitely made an impact.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Did somebody just throw something in our car?
Arrest.
They just tried to hit the car. My gosh.
I think Horace is still out there trying to make sure the car.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, officers.
Wow. Hey!
Yeah, they threw a drink up top.
Oh my gosh, they threw a drink up top. Yeah, we got this all live. I'm posting this directly after so everyone can see exactly what
Holy
happened.
shit.
Oh my gosh.
Turn off the live.
All right, guys, we are out of here. We'll see you later from the Fearless Tour game.
Are they gonna block me in here now?
I think that might be what they're trying to do. They're intentionally blocking us.
They're blocking us. Here comes the cop. I'm not gonna hit it now, I guess. I'm not gonna hit it now, I guess. We've got more stuff. They're hitting the car.
I thought they wanted us to leave.
They're hitting the car. We're trying to leave, and they're telling us to leave, and they don't want us to leave, I guess. Hey! They are still hitting the car.
That's okay. We're gonna.
How is this a university?
Look, they're intentionally blocking us. They want us to leave, but they don't want us to leave.
It's like the biggest conundrum of all time. They're still hitting the car. This is wild. It's like a zombie apocalypse or something, man. Like they're... Oh, wow. They're still hitting the car. Whoa! That was loud.
This is insane. I mean, college campuses are supposed to be centers of free thought. Yet when conservatives bring ideas, it gets shut down with intimidation and violence. What's going on here, Michelle?
I mean, at this point, we know that the colleges are not what they're supposed to be. We're not, when you can get a degree in, some random band, like you can get the most ridiculous arts degrees and no degrees. So it's hard for me to take a lot of colleges seriously now, but HBCUs, which were created for a specific purpose, and they used to have goals in mind, which were reaching the community, not just their own community, but would put out nurses and doctors and lawyers and still do. Right now, as far as I'm concerned, they are institutions that literally militarize racism and victimhood. Because they are in there teaching it, but they're teaching it to their own core audience. We're talking about the professors are preaching to this audience while they're teaching them, how to be the next doctors or how to be the next attorneys. But they're teaching them with this slant of being racist, and racism exists, and it's, the system is rigged and it's all up against you. So look at all these things that they're planning in these young adults. And I do not and will not call college students children, because you are not a child when you are 18 years old. You can have a child and be fully married, and you can serve in the military. These aren't kids. These are adults, and we have babied college students as if they are children for far too long, and that has to end. We have to stop calling them kids. They're not kids. They're grown, and as adults, they should suffer adult consequences. When you start attacking people because they're in college, you would think they can read and understand the laws. So when you start vandalizing and you start hitting and you start assaulting people and stealing their things, you should get charged with every single one of those items independently. So everyone that's on camera acting foolish, which clearly they are, acting like animals in a zoo, banging on cages like this is some kind of ridiculous rap video. Do you see how that kid was like swinging water and jumping up and down and flipping them off? That's fine. Freedom of speech, fine. Use whatever hand signals you want. But they made this look like it's some kind of video. And that's what they listen to. Again, it's just degeneracy, and they're elevating ignorance. The colleges are elevating actual ignorance instead of educating and teaching them something of value. This is not value. I know one of the comments said, President Trump funded a lot of HBCUs. He was doing a great thing. I want my money back. I want a full refund on any federal money going to almost any of these colleges right now, because this is what we're getting, folks.
Yeah, Kung Fu CJ with the super chat says, this is the future of our country. I am ashamed. Same here, Kung Fu CJ. I mean, it's embarrassing. It is very embarrassing. He also says it was ignorant Black students are brainwashed. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. It's embarrassing. You know, the Black community, because this is a historically Black college, should be ashamed of the conduct that they showed. I mean, again, at least from what we could see. Now, first off, I want to say, there have been reports that the Fearless Tour did not get permission to set up their booth there. So apparently they have to get permission to do these things, and they did not have that. However, it appears they were just wanting to have a conversation, wanting to have a civil debate. And if you can't do that in college, then there's something really wrong. But what you said, Michelle, was spot on. It's not, it's the professors, these teachers, these administrations are mixing in the idea of racial idolatry and social justice with the academics. And then this is what we get. Here's case in point. We had people have been speaking out about this. One was a professor here at Morgan State University right here in Maryland. And so he responded, this is him here, Kenny Monday. He's actually the head wrestling coach at Morgan State University. As you can see, he's a former Olympian. And so he said this, he sent this to them saying, stay off the HBCU grounds and take your rallies somewhere else. Okay. That's what he had to say. What are your thoughts on that, Michelle?
Wait, where the rally of like four young men? Which
Right.
rally? The rally. I wonder how he felt about the rallies that were happening in DC when Black Lives Matter was happening. Those kind of rallies. I need to know his definition of rally, because that's not what we saw. He knows that. And like I said before, he's one of the very same people that are pushing racism, that actually are the ones pushing segregation, that are just propagating this notion that America is inherently racist. This is vile. I don't know how we stop it, as long as people like him continue to have a job, and students like those that we saw in the video. And we didn't even show the clips so that you guys could hear how they were speaking. These are supposedly college educated, or students in the process of being college educated. They sounded like they couldn't read. They sounded like functioning illiterates. If you go back and you watch some of these clips, I was shocked by that. I said that wasn't even a complete sentence. By any imagination, they didn't even complete a sentence.
You called the East primitive for what? We created y'all knowledge. We created y'all science. We created y'all math. Y'all didn't do shit besides steal. Y'all didn't do anything to your You guys didn't make shit. You guys touch children. You guys fuck.
Showing them the door.
We walking them to the door, y'all. I don't even know how they got on campus. We gonna figure that out, but I don't know. They need to get like a trespass, penalty or something, because
sending them off.
Tell him it's that boy. He thought he was gonna come up like Charlie Kirk, man.
Yes. Say good job, TSU.
Good job. Shout out to my school.
But here they are. They're gonna graduate. And when they're going to know their GPA, we're just gonna have them in our jobs, in our offices, and then you wonder why HR is going to have so many complaints. You wonder why businesses fail. That scene was like the Carnival cruise line of colleges, and professors like that, and supposed leaders in those educational systems are at fault. They're at fault.
Absolutely. Yeah, and And then you have people within the Black community who look at you sideways if you don't send your children to an HBCU. Well, you're not sending them to Morgan or Howard or Hampton or at this situation, Tennessee State. No, I'm not sending my kid to some place where he has to worry or she has to worry about fighting on campus for people acting like that just because they have a differing of viewpoint or opinions. Hell no way am I doing that. Okay. And that situation that we saw is not a one-off. Okay. It's not. Just like you said, Michelle, these places, these universities push this social justice, victimization, oppressed versus oppressor with everything that they teach. And I don't want my child, my young adult, getting that. I don't want it.
No, I'm not sending my kid to those college. My kids are going to trade school. My kids are going to come out making six figures as plumbers, as electricians. So, and if any of my kids want to go to college, God bless them. I pray for them. But I'm also going to encourage that it's for a degree that actually needs a college degree to succeed in the profession. And that's coming from a person who has a degree in theater performance. I love my background, but I'm a builder as a profession. So they're going there. I don't know what they're there for. Like, I want to sit there and ask these young adults, what did you come to college for?
Right.
And you know what's crazy? Some of these are going to be counselors.
Oh yeah, a lot of them do that. They get into counseling, they get into academia, so they're your preschool and elementary school teachers. And they continue this demonic cycle. And that's what it is, folks. And this is what we got to talk about. This is the spirit behind this is not debate. It's demonic suppression of truth and fear mongering. That's what it is. And we got to call it out. They don't want to hear anything to do with traditional, family oriented, traditional conservative talk, because they want to push this social justice. And honestly, that comes from a foundation of evil. It really does. I can't say it any other way.